IVM.
Hello and welcome to Football Twaddle. Tanuj Baru is in the house.
What's up? Back to fourth place. Woohoo!
Are you?
Yeah.
I didn't see the table.
Take my word for
After
it.
Saturday night, I didn't see the table. Yes.
It's been a long weekend for you then.
Yeah, it has. So how was let's start with the Cohones Derby.
Derby de Cohones.
Yes. How was it?
It was
Bad.
lucky. Because I think even before when we had the conversation, Kumar and I agreed that it's going to be really hard for Arsenal to get any point
Against
from this
Watford.
match.
Yeah.
And Watford were coming into this match, riding high on a FA Cup victory.
Yeah, but doesn't emotions take the better of them and they're emotionally drained out for this game?
So that's where I think emotions, or the referee perceived it as emotions. And more than the goal that we scored, it was the red card that changed the game. Deeney apparently brushed his... I mean, there was some intent over there. He tried to elbow Bunty in the face. And
But
Bunty
did he?
does not take things
But
sitting down.
did
on a
he
wheelchair.
elbow him?
Huh?
Was that an elbow?
It brushed against his face and there was like a movement towards it.
What?
It didn't hit him, right? Whatever. So Bunty made a meal out of it.
So it was not a red card.
It wasn't, like, if you look at it per se, it wasn't. But if the intent was there, then it's good that happened. It was what's the word for it? Preemptive red card.
Was it a Manchester United favouring decision?
Is that what we call
All the
biased referees nowadays? So yeah.
Yeah.
It was a Man United decision.
Oh, Deeney got Man United.
Man United did.
Did Arsenal? I saw the goal. At least it was.
And I'm glad. I mean, even after they were down to 10 men, it didn't feel like Arsenal were like anywhere in the game, man. Those guys kept dominating.
That goal was so lucky. Aubameyang. I mean, it's hard work for like closing down and everything.
Of course it is.
Yeah, but that was
It's easy for you as a viewer to say. You don't understand what us forwards have to go through.
Us forwards.
Me and Abba.
Not Laka
We're a
said.
part of the Vasai footballers forward union now. What Mathadi?
But I saw the only other chance Arsenal probably had was Mathadi Association. The only other chance Arsenal had was Mkhitaryan missing a goal in the second half. It was like almost.
Arsenal, if you like, we discount every time Alex Iwobi is in the box with the ball.
But he was not in the box.
He was there in the box so many times.
Yeah, but
Iwobi.
I'm not talking about that. He crossed the ball to, I think, Mkhitaryan, and Mkhitaryan had probably a clean shot on goal and Ben Foster saved it. That was the only save. But that was the only save of the game against Arsenal.
No,
It doesn't even seem easy. It's like Arsenal's making a big deal about something which I think they should probably like comfortably get to in the top 4.
No, not really. I mean, the reason is the way we have set it up during the entire season.
Yeah.
That we don't do well away from home. So if you just extrapolate that into the final run-in, it makes sense that Arsenal's not have an easy.
Did you see that stat that Arsenal's last 3 clean sheets away from home came,
one in each year?
Yeah. So it was 2019, 1 in 2018, 1 in 2017.
That's just how Arsenal has.
So
been
are
away
we
from.
done for this year?
I think so. Yeah.
Like 2009.
I don't think we're going to score against Wolves anyway. So.
No, clean sheet I'm talking about, not scoring against
sorry,
Wolves. Yeah. So 2019-20 season, the next season also.
We always concede against Leicester. We always concede against Wolves. So
are you playing Fulham?
Are we? I don't know.
No. So did Arsenal play Everton?
Arsenal lost to Everton.
And they were really bad, right?
Yeah.
And do you
it
know
was basically Everton playing.
And do you know who Everton played the week after that?
Who was that?
Fulham. And Everton were really bad. And they lost 2-0 to Fulham.
Kumar must be so happy.
Scott Parker was like, I see signs of promise. They're like,
The only way is up.
Yeah. They're like, dude, you just got relegated. He's like, but I managed only 4 games of that thing.
Yeah, well, that is how.
Yeah.
This is the spirit of the EPL.
All right. So at least Everton won't finish in the top 4. That I think we are pretty sure of.
Is it mathematically done?
I think so.
Then we won't say it.
So let's talk about Arsenal's run-in before we talk about the other teams.
So
it's a game of cat and mouse.
Do you have any other cliches before I open?
No.
The list of...
Oh yes, the Watford player had a shot which hit the post. That went like a tracer bullet.
Which one was that?
The one you didn't see.
Are you just making up?
No, he hit a shot on the post. Like, our producer is like proof for it because I had to rewind it thrice. So what's the Arsenal's run in? Come on, dude, be a little quick.
I'm looking for that.
They're playing Leicester. They're playing Wolves.
I saw this.
All you have to do is just like type on Google Arsenal fixtures EPL.
No, there is a
better way to do it.
Better way to do it.
It
It has all of them together. Arsenal had posted. Yes.
Arsenal posted it.
Okay.
Okay.
Where were we?
Fine. Arsenal's. What are the fixtures remaining for Arsenal?
So, next we face Palace at home.
Oh, that's a tough one.
No, that's fine.
Oh, whoa.
The tough one is the one after that, which is Wolves away. Then we face Leicester away.
Oh.
Then we face Brighton at home. And then we face Burnley away for our last match of the season. Meanwhile, Tottenham, who are a point ahead of Arsenal right now, they face City away next. Then they face Brighton at home, who are not in good form at all right now. They face West Ham at home. Then they face Bournemouth away. And then they face Everton at home. So they have only City to actually look out for.
And Everton. But on the last
Everton's
day, on the last day, you don't...
now, so.
Yes.
Same points with Arsenal with lesser GD as Chelsea.
Oh, yeah.
Who face Burnley next.
The team in crisis is on same points with Arsenal.
Yeah, but they're also a game ahead, right?
That's okay. You are anyway going to lose to Wolves, so we'll equal. Let's just put it that way. They're playing
Burnley next at home. Then United away.
Oh, United are playing so bad that like Sari probably can score a goal.
Watford at home and Leicester away.
Yeah, but Watford at home, they'll start preparing for the FA Cup final, right?
Yeah.
So they'll start resting players and getting them ready for the FA Cup final. So...
It's a straight red for Deeney.
Okay, so he'll come back.
1, 2, 3. He'll be back by then.
For
the red card in the EPL counts in the FA Cup, right?
For the all English games. Yeah. But he'll be back for the FA Cup final.
Yeah, eventually.
And then Manchester United,
United are 2 points behind Chelsea and Arsenal. They've already lost to Wolves.
They're playing Manchester
City
City
now.
So they've
got that game out of the way.
Yeah, but they're playing Manchester City.
They face Everton away next.
That's not going to be easy.
Everton has one of the worst run-ins, man.
But Everton can...
They actually lost the only game they thought they'll win.
And Everton basically is going to have a big say in how this season's going to turn out.
Yeah, look at them. Everton away, City at home, Chelsea at home, Huddersfield away, and Cardiff at home. So looking at the way things stand...
United are pretty much out of the top 6, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, and a big reason for why United are out of top 6 is because they are just playing so bad. They got lucky.
That's a really insightful statement.
Yes, they are. You want even more insights? I don't think Pogba...
They're not winning games now. Is that what you're going to say?
They just won, so I can't even say that.
Damn it.
Yeah, but Paul Pogba. I just read a report that Paul Pogba is now the effect of OGS is wearing off, and he's like, the relationship is not what it used to be, which was like 2 months ago or 3 months ago. So is it because Pogba's heads turned towards Real Madrid, or he's generally a 2 month?
No, so maybe United should sign up for some renter manager service or something. Because every time they get in a new manager, there's like this spike in morale, and everyone suddenly starts playing amazingly, as they're supposed to naturally. But once I think the manager's ways and means of training and everything start really getting drilled into them, then they realize, yaar, ye to fir se boring ho gaya. Koi naya lao, kuch naya.
Oh God.
Kuch naya maan lao.
United are like the TikTok version of football.
Doesn't make any sense.
Just like you need something new. It's like the...
their entire Twitter accounts dedicated to finding funny shit on TikTok, because there is a lot of cringy, funny stuff.
Manchester United's?
No, like a regular.
Oh, there is a Twitter account. Oh, all right. Okay. Now GOT, the final season episode 1 started. Have you seen it, first of all?
I woke up at 6:45.
Yeah.
I don't trust spoilers, man.
You woke up at 6:45.
Spoilers by, I mean the person.
You think Spurs are like, House Lannister, no one likes them.
Do they have a lot of debt?
Now they do. They have a stadium.
Okay, that checks out. So yeah.
But do they always pay their debt?
They're still afloat, so I'm assuming they do.
Alright, so before we wrap up this whole thing, who are your top 4? Like, now don't...
I think Starks will be on the top.
Starks?
Wait, you're still talking about the EPL?
So who are Starks? Let's say who are top 4 houses you're going on about?
From the north, it's only Liverpool, right?
Yeah.
They're northmost. So I think
Are
they're
they
either the Wildlings. If you want to make Manchester United or the City the Starks, then Liverpool become the Wildlings.
Is Liverpool
I think it's northern
than Manchester?
I think so. Yeah.
Fine. So the Wildlings will finish on the top?
Probably.
You actually think Liverpool is going to win the league?
I think United, would just defeat City or something, man.
No.
As a final,
But I just didn't. Who did we listen to that United fans
are ready to? Yeah, I was the one who told you that.
Yeah, they are ready.
They want United to lose.
They want City to win.
Exactly. They want United to lose to City.
Yeah.
So that Liverpool don't win. Don't get another chance.
And in a week's time, you're saying that now they're going to. This is unfair.
Could be anything.
At least stick to your predictions.
I mean, it's just going so... the way they pulled off the Chelsea game was like really good.
Was it?
What a brilliant goal from Salah.
Oh,
and he followed that up with his his tribute to Baba Ramdev.
Yeah, what was he doing? I didn't understand. What was that?
I don't know. And isn't that like... I don't know.
You don't know what? Like, what was he trying? Was there no...
It was definitely some yogic
pose.
Power move.
Oh... Are they appropriating that also from Hindus?
Again, yeah. You saw last week how they found like haldi doodh is like anti-toxidant or something.
Yo, since you brought up haldi doodh, you know who is the biggest promoter of turmeric in the world right now?
Patanjali?
No, Cristiano Ronaldo.
What?
Yes, Cristiano Ronaldo is single-handedly trying to put turmeric in almost every ready-to-drink product in the world.
Did they approach you for coconut water
no.
turmeric in it or something?
No, they didn't. But so when he just joined Juventus and on his unveiling day, he had his friend from Portugal who also plays in Italy. I forget his name. Both are like, oh, mera tere se zyada bicep hai. Like, like gym competitors. And they spent like 25 minutes just talking about turmeric and what you can use it in terms of drinking.
Have they bought shares in Vico?
In Vajradanti.
No, Vico turmeric. Nahi Ayurvedic.
Nahi cosmetic.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but yes. So again, back to
your Ayurvedic.
back to your haldi point. What are you trying to make?
Oh, they're appropriating that too. So
yes, they are. Didn't they 2-3 weeks ago? Didn't they appropriate jackfruit or something?
That I didn't see. I don't follow jackfruit.
Then suddenly like jackfruit is the
new superfood.
Yeah, new superfood.
Does Ronaldo know that?
And people no, not yet. He's busy promoting turmeric. Yeah, so Liverpool first, City second. Who finishes third and fourth?
Arsenal finishes third.
Above Spurs.
Yep.
And Spurs finish fourth.
Yep.
Why not Chelsea, man? What have they done wrong? Sarri is such a nice guy.
Okay. That works. I'll drop in a mail to the Premier League.
You don't care as long as Arsenal finish third.
Yeah, I really want to come back into the Champions League, man. It's been
Why can't you just win the Europa League?
I don't remember the last time we lost to like random German clubs, man.
You mean
which is actually coming up like in the preseason. The first team we face is Bayern Munich.
You guys have such FOMO you have that you haven't played Bayern for a year. So you suddenly start playing Bayern right now.
Yeah, in the international, what is that thingy called? International Champions Cup.
Yes.
ICC.
Right.
There are going to be 2 ICC tournaments going on at the same time.
Wow. Amazing. Yes, we take a break right now on Football Twaddle. Probably one of the most low energy shows we've done because we got stuck in traffic for like 2 hours.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Alright, stay tuned to Football Twaddle.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another awesome week on the IVM Podcast Network. If you are not following us on social media, please make sure you do. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. You know, the IPL's been going full bore this week or for the last couple of weeks. If you podcast around that, we got a couple of suggestions for you. There is a new show that we've launched called What a Player. It's being hosted by Akash Mehta, the host of Vartalab, and Siddharth Dudeja, who is a really funny stand-up comic. Also on Cyrus Says, we've been doing this Wednesday episode called Lanso, Left Arm Not So Orthodox. On that, Cyrus is talking to a variety of different people about what happened the previous week in cricket. And if you want to get a historical perspective on what T20 cricket is and how it's come about, you might want to check out the show we did a couple of years ago called The Cricketwala Chronicles. It's hosted by Ayaz Mehmet, and in the first season, Ayaz examines how T20 cricket started. And speaking of the action this week, it's an abundance of Cyruses this week on Cyrus Says, as Cyrus Brocha is joined by Cyrus Oshidar, Adman and former creative director of MTV India. Both of them talk about the heyday of Indian music television and why it was a success. On Advertising is Dead, Varun is joined by his ex-boss Saurabh Kanwar, co-founder of ATKT. They talk about what ATKT does and how it's helping the community of college students, why the current generation is more equipped than the last, and more. On the Sponge podcast, Ambi Parmeshwaran talks about why it is crucial to say no to incompatible clients. On this week's episode of the Vishal Gondal Show, Vishal is in a conversation with Niyati Shah, who talks about the importance of sexual health, parenting, and spreading awareness about the subject. On our Kannada podcast, Thale Harate, Pavan Srinath and Ganesh Chakravarti talk about voting and predict election results with Karthik Shashidhar. On Dating is Garbage, the co-founder of Books on Toast, Anuya Jakatdar, talks about how the patriarchal system surrounds the institution of marriage. And with that, let's get you on with your show.
Welcome back to Football Total. I have Baru with me.
What's up?
Alright, Baru. In the first half, we spoke about Mo Salah's yogic pose and the goal.
Yeah, I think
That
you should tell
game-
us about the rest of the game.
Hazard, he missed two chances. Two golden chances. Why would Real Madrid want to buy him? He can't even
Maybe he's doing a Goyal on them now. He's just getting the stock price down. and then they'll buy him when he's cheap or something.
But Chelsea don't want to sell him. Or, as Sari said, 100 million is too cheap. So the whole theory...
Right now,
yeah.
But once you start accounting his misses into it...
So, Hazard had a great performance the week before when...
We still talk about football?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
Just checking.
he did. So a week before he did, and then they asked Sari. He said, based on the performance, 100 million is too cheap. And it seems Real Madrid scouts were in the stadium that day when he basically dominated the game. So a week later, there were no scouts.
Should he just put cutouts of scouts now?
He himself.
Sorry.
Yeah, but then there are rumors that the game, I don't know, first half, it's like the minute Pedro started warming up, Chelsea just stopped playing. They can't even look at Pedro warm up anymore. It's gotten that bad. But at least we have Europa League going on. A 1-0 lead to take home.
Yeah, Chelsea, has just lost its mojo, I think. There used to be like a time like last year. Back in the last year.
Yeah.
When the prospect of like facing Chelsea, there'd always be this thing, I think we're going to lose or something.
Last year?
Yeah, even last year, dude.
Okay.
But this year it's been completely off, even with Sari ball and everything that's happening.
There is no Sari ball happening.
Whatever is happening,
Just
whatever you want to call it. Ball. But, I really don't...
the fear of
prospect.
Chelsea.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah.
Any side just comes up and just defeats
The
them,
only
so.
good thing about Chelsea is that Manchester United...
And I hope these words don't come back to bite me
They
in the
may.
Europa League.
Actually, they may, because Chelsea versus Arsenal is a real possibility in Europa final. And if Arsenal...
Are you discounting Slavia Praha?
Yes, I am. I'm discounting...
Is it Slavia or Sparta?
Dude, I'm discounting your Napoli and...
Oh God, we have to face Napoli again. Why did they not finish that game when it was supposed to be finished?
Let's talk about it. What's the score? 3-1, right?
No.
2-0.
2-0.
Achha, only 2-0?
Yeah.
But 2-0 is a healthy lead to take.
Not against Napoli.
Did they even have any chances, Napoli, in the game?
They did. They were covering the game quite a bit. But Arsenal had way too many chances that game.
In the first half especially.
So, yeah, Napoli were basically... They probably saw a lot of Arsenal's DVDs or something
I see.
from the previous match, which was Arsenal versus Everton.
Oh.
And instead of improving and deciding on something of how to play against Arsenal, they started playing like Arsenal against Arsenal. So it was so bad. Arsenal had 20 chances or 700 or something, and they could have easily won 8-0 or something.
No. Yesterday...
But the usual thing about every keeper becoming like a super keeper when they face Arsenal. So that was at play again.
Okay.
Probably had some turmeric milk before he walked in.
That is not really true, but whatever.
Haven't you seen how De Gea just overperformed against Arsenal last year? He created a EPL record, right? With like 15 or 17 saves or something.
That was beaten when De Gea saved a lot against Tottenham Hotspur.
And that, I think in Syria yesterday it got beaten by this guy faced 40 shots or something.
So I was just getting to that. You said Arsenal like 20 shots, which is a hypothetical number. Yesterday was Atlanta versus Empoli. There were 47 shots and 18 shots on target.
Clean sheet.
It was 0-0. But they had only 62% possession. But to have 47 shots in a 90-minute game, that means they had a shot just every 2 minutes, which is crazy. And they still couldn't score. How bad are they? It's like Higuain and Giroud both tried to combine with each other and nothing happened.
Giroud's obviously assisting, so he wasn't taking the shots, okay?
So in the Liverpool versus Chelsea game, I think...
You forgot the name of your club now.
Dude, what Liverpool Chelsea game, what happened was in the second half Higuain came in. People thought Higuain is going to if you do those delicate passes to Higuain, he'll probably latch onto the ball. Our man was so far behind and he's telling me, why are you passing it there? Just pass it back.
Wow, so after this match,
which one?
Liverpool and Chelsea are actually even on wins in head-to-head stats.
Like all-time Premier League head-to-head stats.
20-20.
Really?
Yeah, and everything's the same. Like, same number of home wins, same number of away wins, 14-6. And they've drawn 14 games.
That's amazing.
Is this that time of history when Chelsea overtakes Liverpool?
If you mean next season, now this season is done. By the way, do you know a Liverpool player slipped in that game?
Yeah. Who was it this time?
Robertson.
The true Gerrard.
Yes.
And I think Kumar predicted this quite a few weeks back.
That someone's definitely going to
No,
slip.
I think he said Robertson.
He did?
Yeah.
I thought he said Henderson.
Oh yeah, one of the sons.
Yeah, one of the sons. Yeah, he slipped. But then Chelsea, imagine, that's how bad they've become that they can't even take advantage of it.
Where's Ba when you need him? Or her?
Ba. Where's Torres? Where's Willian was there, but he still didn't do anything. But that result, I thought it should have been a draw at least. But okay.
Yeah, sure.
Whatever.
Whatever.
They're still there and thereabouts. The only grace is that Manchester United are playing quite bad. So at least they are out of top 6 contention. So it's only you just hope Arsenal's away form continues. And Chelsea probably can still pull off a top 4.
Top 6?
No, Manchester United are 6th, right? So you're left with Spurs, Arsenal and Chelsea. Yeah. I think Spurs will be 3rd. So left is Arsenal versus Chelsea. And given Arsenal's away form, if Chelsea just manage to score a goal every game, probably they will finish 4th and then they'll beat Arsenal in the Europa League final and win that as well.
Okay. I'm going to take that from you.
And then in the year-end review, you'll say probably Chelsea is a team to fear now.
Wow, that was some build-up, man.
I don't know what else to say, dude. This is how you need to motivate yourself.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
United versus West Ham.
Oh, God, so bad.
I don't think United should have won that game.
United shouldn't be winning anything for the last 4 weeks, which they did not. They just won against West Ham, which was just so sad. Was the Juan Mata thing dive? I think it's a penalty.
Yeah, it was a penalty.
Yeah, you don't even associate Mata
with... Kumar had this weird logic. He's it's a foul anywhere else on the pitch.
Then why is it not
a penalty? But it's not a penalty.
Oh, soft fall. It was a soft fall. Yes, but Paul Pogba, did you see his mannerisms and all of it after scoring the goal? He ran the game, which he did not. And David De Gea saved. Did you watch again?
Yeah.
That man, he's not supposed to be in good form and he's still bringing in about 10 to 12 points to United.
He manages to get those spectacular saves off in any game, man.
Or you think he makes them look spectacular?
That is true. I think that is why they call him a Hollywood keeper or something.
How far is Bird Leno from David De Gea in terms of if De Gea?
He's better than De Gea right now in terms of shot stopping.
So if De Gea is 100, Leno is what as an overall goalkeeper? De Gea's distribution is quite bad.
See, reflexes wise, Leno is still much better.
To talk on
in absolute terms, if you on an index of 100, De Gea being 100, then Leno is still probably like 94 or something.
94, that's not bad, man.
No, it's not. His game has really improved like over the season. He has been stopping more shots in general.
Is Jens Lehmann a better keeper than Leno?
On his good days, yeah. Lehmann was a crazy person.
Yes.
Why are you asking such loaded questions? Leno has been here with us for like a season.
I know. Oh, by the way, I think, just talking back to the Arsenal game, you guys don't seem to be giving enough credit to Arsenal's defense. They just got...
We have only Koscielny in our defense, man.
No, you didn't.
What, Mustafi?
Who got the only away clean sheet of this year? Who were the defenders?
Dinos. I think it was him. The reason for that clean sheet. Please, yaar. Did you see Mustafi's clearances of the corners and all? He clears the ball and the ball is like still there, but just on a different altitude and comes right back down. Man, I don't remember the last time I was this
scared,
pissed off with it. Like, not pissed off. Pissed off is like having emotions, right? Just so dead inside about an Arsenal player, man. This guy is so... I'm speechless.
Okay.
Mustafi, I mean, he's... Kya bolu yaar? He's so harmless.
So Mustafi in his own box or Alex Iwobi in opposition box? Who is a worse player?
Oh God. I'll go with Mustafi, man. Because if Iwobi does less harm.
If it makes you any better, I think Pedro is worse than the both.
What's with this fall of grace for Pedro, man?
This year, Pedro has been so bad. Especially...
Khela kitna hai?
He's played quite a lot.
Where's Fabregas?
Monaco?
Ye kab hua?
Jan.
God, need to start watching the French league now.
He went to join Thierry Henry and Thierry Henry was kicked out.
Did you read those articles about Thierry Henry's managerial and training coaching style, basically?
No, what
It was hilarious, man. So basically... he couldn't really get the players on his side, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he just couldn't make them a part of his team.
That's because he was shouting at 17-year-old kids for not pulling a chair in the front of him.
Regardless of that, even in training, he used to do the same thing. He had his perfect forward striker's vision in his head. And when he tried to implement that in training, he'd expect the same results from those players. And there's obviously like a difference of level, and when those guys couldn't pull it off, he'd get pissed off and he'd show them how it's done, and next thing you know, he's playing instead of them.
Yeah, I read about this, that, to show those forwards how to do things, he tries to start doing and he starts playing in the training and the forward is like, what the
Main ghar jaun kya?
That is so bad. Why would they do that?
And then he used to abuse a lot, and he was just so pissed off.
Yeah.
He was just out of his comfort zone, man. I mean,
all these guys, no.
Even the entire class of 92 probably has already done, coached teams.
Yeah.
And they've all failed miserably.
Yeah.
Except for David Beckham.
He's smart.
Yeah, he didn't try.
Yeah, I was listening to, did you watch the BT thing on why it went wrong for Paul Scholes at Oldham?
Nope.
So he's he gave a variety of reasons, which is basically saying that none of it is me. And he's like, so he's basically at least come out and said, I don't think I'm averse to coaching, but I'm not too gung-ho, too excited about it now. But if a good opportunity comes along, I'll see. So that's Scholes. Giggs is managing Wales, which is basically, I lose all the time, don't blame me. that is the tag.
They lose all the time.
Yeah, that's the tagline of that job, so he's happy with it. Phil Neville has a high
on the training kits.
Wales, we lose
all the time.
Phil Neville has a tough job. He is the coach of the England women's team. If they don't reach the semi-final of the World Cup, I think he's going to be fired. So
they are in the top 5 teams.
Yeah, right? So that's why he's in a tough job. At least he has a... Gary Neville went to Valencia. Oh God, that was
yeah, I mean, they set the standard, right?
But he's the gold standard if you compare to Henry, Scholes and Giggs in terms of managerial experience. He at least lasted for 4 months at Valencia. So, yeah. Where do you think this Mourinho, Conte... Oh, by the way, I just read Conte still lives at Cobham.
He's waiting for a severance pay.
He just takes his dog for a walk or something like that. He just lives there. He's not yet... He moves between Italy and England, and he lives near Chelsea's training ground still. And that case is still going on in arbitration.
But what's he doing now?
Just waiting for a job. Look at the...
Did he apply for the Indian team?
No.
I heard Sven-Goran Eriksson applied for the Indian national team.
Isn't he Philippines thing?
Who cares? He might come here next.
You heard that. A friend of mine told Raymond Dominic is going to be he's the Indian team manager.
Then the ex...
these idiots can't merge. They can't merge ISL and IPL, but they want Sven-Goran Eriksson.
Who is the ex-Bangalore guy? Roca applied. Then the current...
Yeah, I think actually Albert Roca probably is the most sensible choice. He's worked in this country. He knows how weird everyone is. And he can pick a team.
Even the ex-Mumbai City guy applied.
Who? Kashyap? No.
Kashyap. Alex or Guimarães.
Did he do well?
He was alright. They finished on top.
Yeah.
When he was there.
Talking of managers... We have this class of high achievers, Mourinho, Wenger, Conte, even Blanc is like unemployed since 2016. They're just waiting, and all the new ones who've
They're
been...
probably all waiting for the ISL I-League merger so that things become a little more clear of how to...
Conte versus Mourinho in the Calcutta Derby.
Yeah, that'll be something.
But Mohammedan Sporting will still play Liverpool someday.
Man, I really want to was that a figment of our imagination or did they really
play?
Who came for that? Was it Sterling? Bacha Sterling?
Who was Mohammedan?
Because this was really long. This is 2003 or 2002, man. I don't know. 3, 4.
You know what was Sterling's age then?
7?
He can beat Mohammedan Sporting.
Probably.
He ran circles around them. And then they said his bache mein talent hai.
Yeah, and recently there's this campaign going on.
The weird... It's like as the season is ending, the amount of absurdities we are finding out is crazy. What's the campaign going on, Baru? We need to wrap things up quickly.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an absurd thing, but there was this ex-Indian player called Pungam Kannan.
Yes.
And there's this whole fundraising campaign going on for him right now. And he was actually called the Pele of Asia.
So what are they fundraising for?
So he's come on really hard times right now. And
okay.
People are collecting money and helping him, financially wherever possible. So I think if any of our listeners really want to, contribute to that cause.
Please do so, because we are doing it.
Yeah, we'll probably share it on our Twitter account.
Yeah.
And you guys can take it forward from there.
Yes, alright. So that's it, guys. There's nothing else to talk about. Chelsea lost, so there was actually nothing else to talk about. But Arsenal won. So,
and we're done with that.
Yeah, so that's it.
So same time next week?
I guess so. Baru, you want to say bye?
No.
We need to do something about this traffic, man. It's such a bummer just sitting for 2 hours in traffic.
On the next episode of Football Twaddle, we discuss traffic.
All the three of
Solutions.
us on the phone with the producer in the studio. Alright, if you like this podcast, and please don't use this as a benchmark, listen to our other podcasts as well. Don't forget to check us out the other interesting podcasts on the IVM network. You can listen to us on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on social media, which is IVM Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. And if you want to reach out to us, which is Football Twaddle, we are @Footy Twaddle on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, Football Twaddle. That's it from us. Baru, say bye.
Bye.
This is Saru saying tada.
How aware do you think you are of your laws and rights? Do you look up to laws when you are caught up in situations? Do you know what your rights are when you're stuck somewhere bad? Well, here's a show that can help you move an inch closer to being aware of what your rights are. Tune into Know Your Qanoon with me, Amber Rana. This is a podcast meant to answer all your law-related queries. Catch Know Your Qanoon every week on the IVM website or the app or anywhere you get your podcast from.
Give me a word. या कोई भी लाइन. कुछ भी हो सकता है यार. क्या कहा आपने? टोपी. Okay. Mohan Joshi hated wearing topis. He felt suffocated in them. टोपी पहनते ही उसे स्कूल की याद आती थी. Where of course he had no choice but to wear a टोपी. वह जिस दिन पास आउट हुआ उसी दिन उसने अपनी टोपी का बॉनफायर बना दिया. And since then, he'd never worn a cap or a hat. ना कड़कती धूप में and not even to बचो from the ठंडी. But from Monday 26th February, Mohan Joshi had to wear a topi all the time. Why? Because if he didn't, everyone around him knew exactly वो क्या सोच रहा था. They knew that he was wondering how the girl in the yellow churidar would look बिना कपड़े के. They knew when he was calling the boss a sadela टमाटर. They knew everything. पर ये सब हुआ कैसे? अरे भाई, यही तो स्टोरी है. और ये स्टोरी आप ही ने मुझे दिया by giving me the starting word. यही तो है The Croc's Tales. Words आपके, कहानी आपके लिए. Catch the stories on Monday and Thursday on the IVM website, app, and anywhere you get your podcast from. See you soon.